Days of Wine and Roses is a story about a young couple who fall in love, madly in love in the late 50s.
It's a love story. It's a love story, two people who find each other. They fall into addiction.
They bump into the sort of gestalt of the time where it was sexy and fun to drink and there was no consequence, similar to when people used to smoke all the time.
The movie of Days of Wine and Roses with Lee Remick and Jack Lemmon made me cry and feel deeply, because love can be expressed through addiction. It's just not expressed very healthily.
It is a beautiful story as told through the extraordinary score of Adam Guettel and the words of Craig Lucas, one of our great playwrights.
I mean, Kelli and I talked about this 20 years ago. I started writing it about 11 years ago, and Brian was always going to be the person. They've been friends forever, and you can feel that in the detail of their performances.
I think we're dealing with a subject matter that it's very emotional, it's very deep and dark, and you have to feel safe. I think we go onto that stage and within that story, and if we don't just feel like we dive and we fall into each other, we can't do it.
To be able to kind of jump back into a working relationship, particularly of this nature, at this point in our lives, has been really, really fascinating and fun, because I think we're both really interested in trying to be as well, as you always are, just as diligent and ferocious about creating great characters, and this is demanding.
I was having a sort of a hard time knowing where my type of voice fit in, and meeting a composer like Adam gave me a spot. That sort of challenging, not operatic really, but very dramatic, classic-based type of singing.
Well, for one thing, Michael Greif has a mind like a steel trap. I mean, he is very precise, very quick with his decisions, which are based on very good insights. Terrific sort of theatrical goat feet.
I get to be a really good editor to remind them of the ways in which their performances can be at the utmost. And then ultimately I get to say, that went in that direction yesterday. That's the fullest it's ever been. Talk to me about how that happened and how we can assure that it continues to happen.
And we are that musical that truly will surprise you. We do it as one act. It's about 100 minutes. And you can't really stop, because the journey is, once you start, it's like a rocket ship.
It's challenging because it's taking a head-on look at addiction and the real life ramifications of what this disease can do to people, how it can destroy them.
I mean, like great drama throughout dramatic history. They get to do the suffering for us. They get to model for us. We get to see how people can love each other to the greatest possible heights.